Hey, welcome to Graphic Policy Television, GPTV. I'm Brett. In my hands is the Abe Sapien figure from 1000 Toys. But even cooler is the Dark Horse Direct version. So we got a little bonus that we're going to check out. So let's actually look at what you get with the Dark Horse Direct version. I don't think you can get that anymore. There is going to be the Abe Sapien release that will happen that's slightly different from 1000 Toys that, goes to shops. But the Dark Horse Direct, you got this bonus static figure. Not anything super awesome or amazing, but I kind of, I wanted everything. I dug the Hellboy figure that came out when they released it some time ago, and this is a line of figures that I want to collect. So this is the bonus that you get from Dark Horse Direct. It was just a nice static little figure. Arms don't move, nothing moves. Just, some good detail, nice coloring to it, and give me something to maybe pose Abe and Hellboy around to do battle with. So, yeah, that was about it. Not too exciting as far as the bonus. I knew it wasn't super exciting. But, I figured I'd show it off and give everyone the oohs and ahs of that. The box is actually kind of cool. I do like the box. Yeah, so all that came in a extra box along with Abe. So for those who've wanted to see what you get from the Dark Horse Direct version, yeah, that's about it. Alright, so let's actually look at the Abe Sapien. This is a Dark Horse Direct. I don't know if the packaging is going to be different from the normal version. This just kind of feels like a sticker put on the regular box, so that really could be it. Of course, we got some art on the back, some Mike Mignola art of Abe Sapien. As I said, we already did the Hellboy figure that came out a while ago. I don't remember how long ago. And I was really impressed with it. It's a 1/12 size figure. It has some great accessories, some great articulation. It was just a really solid figure for those who are fans of Hellboy. Highly recommend it. So the fact that they're releasing Abe makes me really happy, and I'm hoping we get more down the road as far as characters to be able to continue the collection, because these are really nice. So, director is Yuta Tobari, sculptor is Big Shot Toy Works, engineering designer is Yuki Nakamura, and then painter is Yoji Hayakawa. There we go. 1000 Toys is not a company. It's a company I've heard of mostly through that Hellboy figure, but it's not one I'm super familiar with as far as the releases beyond that Hellboy figure. So, I think there's only these two figures that I have from them. But from what I've seen, like, with the Hellboy figure, they do a really good job. And excuse me, I don't want everything to go flying all over the place. So they've been impressive to me. It's been solid work. Alright, let's go and put this figure through the usual test. I like to do the stand test just to see if there's anything as far as that. Well, that's interesting. Alright. Abe stands, not too many issues there. So Abe Sapien's kind of like this human merman hybrid sort of character. Very interesting character from the comics and film. As a whole, I really enjoy Hellboy. It's just a favorite comic of mine. It's one of those that you can just sit back and enjoy and not think too much about, which is always nice to be able to do. Alright, let's go with the various points of articulation for the figure. Interesting enough, we got the toes. The toes articulate, which is pretty interesting. Up and down, obviously a little bit more stiff when it comes to the up than down, but you can get a lot off of that. Ankles, this is ball joint that we've been seeing, I think, more and more with figures, which is interesting. The McFarlane figures has that, which allows some back and forth, up and down, side to side, all that. Lots of articulation there. Knees are double jointed, which gives you a bunch. We can see there already with the hip is a lot of movement there. And then even the upper leg has got some twist to it. Does not look like any part of the lower leg has twist to it. Let's go with the waist. We do have some twist there. A good amount of twist. You have the pops Arms. Let's look at the shoulder. Oh, that's actually a really interesting design. All right, I don't know how well this is going to come off. So there's a ball joint. This is actually fascinating. There's like a ball joint here for the arm, but then the shoulder goes over the ball joint. You can see the shoulder here that goes up and down and around, which can come up with some weird stuff, because here we've got the shoulder like that, which just doesn't make any sense. But that's a really, really fascinating design. I don't think I've seen that before on a figure. The other is that shoulder is rubber. It is not hard plastic. Upper arm can twist. It allows a lot of movement. This figure's got a lot of articulation. Elbows is double to be able to get the wrist all the way up to the shoulder is pretty good as far as articulation. Of course, wrist all over the place. Lots and lots of movement. The shoulder's really tripping me out. It's kind of crazy. It's a weird way they did it. Head, good movement up and down, all around. And yeah, I was making sure there's nothing too crazy as far as the head. All right, let's go with the details itself for the figure. The details are really, really, really solid. From the legs, I mean, I don't know how well it's going to come up on the video, so there's scales throughout the legs, some slight shading on the sides with some black to give some more depth down to the foot when it comes to that. I mean, the foot is plain, you can actually see toes, and the toes do have toenails on them. There's enough detail that you can actually see the toenails on the toes. So as far as legs and body and all that, like throughout the body, there's just this nice scale and shading to it. It's not overwhelming, it's subtle. I think it would be the way you would really kind of notice, maybe not necessarily in real life, but like how it would be on the comic page. So it does feel like a really good adaptation of the comic version of the character, like really just subtle art, because you wouldn't go completely insane with that amount of scales on it. Of course, we got the shorts. Kind of, they just feel like plastic on the leg with a little bit of raise. There is like a line raised around the end of the shorts. Of course, you got his belt around, which has got a decent amount of detail on it. A lot of things we're going to be able to hang off of it. Some cool things as far as accessories. Of course, his badge from B.P.R.D, jacket. His tattoos around his head, which are really cool. The face-wise, it reminds me a lot of the comic version of it. We can see it on the box art. I think it's much more reminiscent of that. Like, that's clearly what they're working off of to create this. So it's much more of an adaptation of that. So somewhat stylized. I think the one thing would be the head feels a little bit elongated. I might have shortened it up a little bit. Things on the back, we have the gills on the sides that go up into the back of the neck, which is, again, a really, really nice detail. So overall, lots of detail on the figure, I think very subtle. And then you get things like this with the watch on the wrist, that the watch isn't glued down or anything. It's actually like an accessory on the wrist. I don't know how well it comes up on the video, but you can see I'm actually turning the watch around his wrist. So this isn't something like glued on or anything like that. So very interesting thing that they would choose to do. Lots of accessories. Let's start showing off the accessories. All right, let's go with the first round of accessories. All right, so we've got knife that goes into this knife holder, which I guess could go on his back. Fits easily and really well there. We've got also a choice of, instead of a knife, we can go with this gun. Let's do the gun instead of the knife. I'd say maybe it would be cool to have the ability to have the knife and the gun somewhere. Oh, nope, we can. Haha. So there is on the side, there's a hole on the side for a gun. You can do the back for the knife. So we've got both accessories if we would choose or want. Though, let's see if one is better than the other. The gun was popping off the side, so I'm going to try to put the gun on the back and see if it holds a little bit better. Yeah, it holds a little bit better. So we can see those accessories on the figure. There'll be ones I think pop off. At least the gun. There's a good chance these will pop off if you like play with the figure to warn. They're not on super well, but it's a nice simple way of keeping those items on. So the one thing that's standing out to me is when I put the figure down, the ankle joints are I don't want to call them loose, but the way the ball bearings are, they're really easy to bend the legs or the feet in different directions. So that's kind of a little irritating. But it's okay. So back to the weapons themselves. Like the gun is good. There's some good detail on it. The knife, same as well. Not tons of detail. These aren't things that you're spending a lot of time on. It's not like the Mezco guns where they like pop out clips and you can see the bullets and stuff like that. So there's fairly plain plastic looking, very little shading or detail to it beyond the shape and the design. This isn't something that's an up and above item, so it is just an item and accessory. The watch, though, actually shockingly has more detail on the watch than anything else. We also get a nice spear here. Show that off. Now that, interesting, does have a lot of detail to it. Unlike the knife, unlike the gun, there is a lot of shading on the spear itself. From every aspect of it. You got the rope holding it together. The rope looks like it has a lot of depth. The wood looks like it actually has some depth to it. And the metal itself to the spear has some coloring as well, some black shading. It looks like just someone went over with an ink to it, which isn't a bad thing. I think that's all you really need to do. You don't need to do tons of stuff. I've painted figures for a really long time, just really simple. Something like that goes a long way to make things better. Let's see how easy the spear fits in the hand. We have lots and lots of extra hands. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 extra sets of hands varied for Abe. We're not going to show them all off because hands. There's some opens, there's some closed. There's a lot of variations. I'll show them to the camera, but I'm not going to go put them on. But let's see how easy it is to pop off the hand and put on a new one. We'll at least do one new hand. Oh, that's actually one of the easiest ones I've ever done. There we go. So we got Abe sporting his spear, going out little monster hunting. It's all decked out for monster hunting. Overall, not a bad figure. I don't think I'm quite blown away as much as I was with the Hellboy figure, but there's a lot to like about it. From the B.P.R.D symbol logo on the back to the watch on his left hand. It's a figure that's really nice, and it is a solid addition to the collection. It's not necessarily a figure that would win me over on the collection, if that makes sense. So if you are a Hellboy fan. This is one to check out and probably pick up when it comes out to the masses. I don't know when that's going to be. We'll go have some links and we'll try to hook you up with that. So overall, the Hellboy figure has really impressed me. This is really nice. Let's go with that. It's a really nice figure, part of a collection. I'd be very happy as an addition to the collection, but is not necessarily the centerpiece of the collection. I still think that the Hellboy figure definitely wins out when it comes to that. So. Yeah, I think that's everything. It doesn't look like there's much else in the box itself. These are all the hands you get. You can kind of see the variations within. It doesn't look like there's anything else that I'm missing. So with that, we're going to wrap up. As I said, we're going to have some links underneath this video where you can go and get your own Abe Sapien from 1000 Toys and Dark Horse. Probably some of them will be affiliate links. Since they're affiliate links, we get a small percentage of that. By doing that, you help support our site, so thank you. Just watching this video, you help support our site, so thank you again for that. As always, if you are into the latest Hellboy news, Dark Horse news, and maybe we can start covering some 1000 Toys a little bit more here and there, and just toys in general, check us out every single day at graphicpolicy.com. We're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr, all at Graphic Policy, keeping it nice and consistent. So until next time, keep reading those comics, and keep it geeky. Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games, you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.